Hey friends, exciting news. My brand new book, Deep Resilience, just launched today. And to celebrate the launch for 48 hours only, you can grab the book for just $1, plus 100% of the proceeds during this time go to mental health charities around the world. I wrote Deep Resilience to give a simple, science-backed, but wisdom-based method to build unshakable inner strength through hard times. And I truly believe these skills can be life-changing for you, and I'd love you to get your hands on them. Head to my website at mellyobrien.com or search Deep Resilience on Amazon to grab your copy today. All right, let's dive in to today's episode. Hey, and welcome to the Deep Resilience podcast. I'm your host, Melly O'Brien, and in this podcast, along with my weekly newsletter and the Deep Resilience program, we are focusing on one clear goal: translating the best evidence-based tools and the deep wisdom teachings on mental resilience into practical everyday strategies that are accessible to everyone. It is my deep passion to bring you content that breaks down big concepts in ways that make sense to you, but also to make sure I give you tools in each episode that you can immediately use to grow your inner strength and create real positive change in your life and in the world. And hey, if you want to take your inner strength to the next level, be sure to join my newsletter at mellyobrien.com, where you'll receive a whole range of extra benefits, special offers, and bonuses. And let's dive in now to today's episode. What if every mistake you ever made wasn't a reason to feel bad or beat yourself up, but instead it was an opportunity to grow, to thrive, and to flourish? Today, we are going to be flipping the script on how we view failure, setback, and moments where we make mistakes. And this isn't about avoiding mistakes. It's not about ignoring them or downplaying them. It's about learning how to turn them into stepping stones for personal growth, the acceleration of wisdom, and the embracing of well-being. We're going to be talking about something that we all have to face in the flow of our lives. That is, if we are in fact human, and that is, we're going to make mistakes. We're going to have setbacks. We're going to have moments of failure, even moments of defeat. And mistakes can feel heavy. They can trigger shame. They can trigger self-doubt. They can trigger frustration, overwhelm, negativity. Mistakes can set in motion thoughts and emotional patterns that can be really unhelpful and hold us back, maybe even disempowering us or discouraging us from following our dreams and pursuing meaningful goals, and it might get in the way of us being the authentic and true version of ourselves, the person we really want to be. So what if instead of letting our moments of mistake drag us down, we instead found a way to use them to lift ourselves up? By the end of this episode, you're going to know exactly how to turn mistakes into opportunities for growth, transformation, and empowerment. So let's first start by looking at two very different ways that you can respond to a mistake. This is basically two choices, broadly speaking, that we can make when we face a mistake. At least this is what I see when I'm working with clients, and speaking from an experience of working with over 1 million people from around the world, doing mental strength coaching and teaching mindfulness over the years. And so you get to see patterns, and I see these patterns reflected in my own mind and life as well. So these are the two basic things that happen for most of us, the two choices we have when we make a mistake. Choice number one, you can tell yourself that you're a horrible person that you're an incompetent person, you're a stupid person, you don't know what you're doing. This is the path of self-criticism, where you beat yourself up mentally, you ruminate about the mistake over and over and over again, and it often undermines your confidence, really fills your body and mind with negativity, with stress, and diminishes your self-esteem. Or choice number 2 is you can ask yourself one really powerful question. How can I learn and grow from this? This is the path of self-compassion, curiosity, and flexibility. So this path stops the death spiral into negativity that the mind often does in the face of a defeat, a mistake, or a setback. And it kind of nips that in the bud, because with this approach, you bring on the qualities of curiosity, of kindness, mental flexibility, and you see this mistake, this moment of mistake, as a powerful moment of wisdom. This is a moment where you can take a really good lesson about your life, and this is going to be, this lesson, a stepping stone to something better in the future. I'm thinking right now of a quote by, I believe, Nelson Mandela, where he says, "I never lose. I either win or I learn." So he has obviously this growth mindset, this second way of approaching his difficulties and problems. So I want to talk a little bit about growth mindset and why this matters in the way we approach our mistakes. But I also just want to invite you to pause here for a moment and to reflect on which path you usually take. Just inviting you to be really, gentle but honest and, brave with yourself. Because if you're like most people, the mind's default is to go to the first option. And, that's where my mind goes first. My mind does that on autopilot. If you've been listening along to this podcast for a while, as this is the 3rd season of the podcast, if you've been listening to this podcast for a while, that you'll know that I've shared a lot. Like, every person has their Achilles heel, usually, when it comes to their mental, emotional strength. And my Achilles heel, the thing that trips me up the most, is my inner critic. I often say, joking around with people, like, my inner critic has like teeth and claws. So I always have to be a little bit diligent, loss of self-compassion, very firm but loving with my inner critic. So I'm one of those people that defaults to option number 1, to tell myself such a horrible person, I'm so incompetent, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm very quick to go there. So what about you? That first option might feel pretty automatic for most of us, but here's the good news. You can train your mind to choose the second option. It's a simple mindset shift. And it starts by understanding the growth mindset approach. So to embrace the second path, we want to cultivate what's called a growth mindset. Basically, here's how it works. First step in having a growth mindset is you're going to acknowledge the mistake fully. The first step is just to own the mistake, yeah? No excuses, no deflection, no blaming. You just acknowledge what happened very clearly. You might like to say it out loud or write it down. Yeah, I made this mistake. And that clarity is the foundation for growth. The second step, ask what you can learn. Hey, once you've acknowledged the mistake as clearly as you can, really want to be very specific about what about that felt like it was a mistake. And then you're going to, instead, to shift your focus to curiosity and a mindset that's very flexible and growth-oriented, and ask yourself, what can I learn from this? And doing this with a big lashing of self-compassion. Yeah, you want to be gentle and kind and warm in your way of approaching this with yourself, almost like taking on the attitude of a wise, friendly, and really caring and dedicated coach. Okay, so how can you learn and grow from this? Maybe there's a skill you need to strengthen, whether it's communication or it might be practicing a particular skill, or you taking some time to think through a problem a little more. It might be a habit that you'd like to change, a boundary you need to set. It might also be that you're out of alignment with your values in some way, and you want to get clear on what your values are and how you would like to act as a person. So values are kind of character traits that mean a lot to us, things like loyalty, kindness, trustworthiness, peace, health, well-being, those kinds of things, courage, family. So figure out what your values are and if that's relevant to the situation, and how you'd like to do things differently. Mistakes are like signposts that are pointing you towards areas where you can improve, grow, learn, and become wiser and stronger. Okay, so step 3 then is to commit to positive action. Now that you've identified the lesson, decide on how you want to apply it moving forward in your life. And this is where the magic happens. You're not just learning, you're transforming. You're committing here to taking specific actions that align with the wisdom that you've gained. So again, step 1, if you take this second path of asking yourself, how can I learn and grow from this? Then you're going to acknowledge the mistake fully, ask what you can learn, commit to positive action. So when you start meeting your mistakes with courage, with clarity, with curiosity, and a commitment to grow, something amazing happens. Life gets better every time you make a mistake. Here's why. You're going to massively reduce your stress and your suffering. So instead of obsessing over what went wrong, you're channeling your energy into growth. This releases a huge amount of mental and emotional tension. Second thing that happens is you're going to accelerate your personal growth. Every single mistake becomes a learning opportunity, and over time you're going to make rapid gains in self-awareness, wisdom, and emotional resilience. And the third thing is you're going to build confidence and well-being. By facing your mistakes head-on and taking empowered action fueled by them, you're really proving to yourself that you can handle your challenges. And you do handle your challenges really well. And this is going to build over time an unshakable confidence and a deep sense of inner peace, and that you can carry with you wherever you go. So here's some final takeaways I want you to remember. 1, mistakes are not the enemy. They are opportunities for you to learn, grow, and become stronger. 2, responding to mistakes with courage, curiosity, and a commitment to grow can transform your life. 3, self-doubt is going to lose its power. Self-criticism is going to lose its power when we meet it with playfulness, flexibility, and action. So the more you practice these principles, the more that your mistakes will stop being roadblocks and start becoming stepping stones to realizing your potential. So again, 2 choices when you make a mistake. 1, you can beat yourself up, path of self-criticism, or you can ask yourself, how can I learn and grow from this? So I hope this is helpful for you. The next time that you find yourself in the midst of one of those moments when you're facing a messy moment, a messy mistake moment, an obstacle, a setback, a time when things haven't gone the way that you wanted them to, just remember that you're standing there in that moment with two choices in front of you. And I encourage you to take the path of compassion, curiosity, and growth and see what effect it has on your body, on your mind, and in your life. And I really hope that this is useful and helpful for you in the days and weeks and months ahead, and it helps you to flourish and thrive in these crazy times we're living in. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode. Until next time, keep growing, stay strong, and embrace every mistake as an opportunity to be your best self. You've got this. Big love. I'll catch you next time. If you know someone who you think might benefit from listening to this episode, share it with them. Sharing it could really help them to feel better and improve the quality of their life. And if you found this episode helpful, remember to subscribe to this podcast so that you can receive more tips on growing your inner strength and keep practicing along with us every week. And if you'd like some more support in becoming mentally, emotionally, and spiritually stronger, come check out the offerings I have to support you on my website at www.mellyobrien.com. As well as coaching and course options, I also have a bunch of free resources for you, including a free Deep Resilience Care Package, which you can begin to use right away to get some immediate relief from stress and suffering, improve your resilience and mental well-being, and help you navigate whatever you're going through with more wisdom, skill, and confidence. You can find the links for all of that in the show notes. Thanks again for tuning in. Take care and stay strong.